Hey, it's Atlas. Time to sharpen up. Let's get into it. The most capable people you know are quietly convinced they're getting away with something. Here's the psychology behind that lie and how to kill it. There is a strange rule buried in human psychology. The more genuinely competent you become, the more likely you are to secretly suspect you have no idea what you are doing. In 1978, two psychologists, Pauline Clance and Suzanne Imes, finally gave this feeling a name. They called it the impostor phenomenon, and it was everywhere. They found it thriving in high achievers, doctors, executives, award winners, students at the very top of their class. People with every objective reason to feel secure, quietly feeling like frauds. Here is the mechanism most people miss. Competence and confidence live in different systems in your brain, and they update on completely different timelines. Your actual skills grow quietly in the background with every rep you put in, but your self-image lags years behind, still running on outdated footage of who you used to be. So you scan a room, assume everyone else is more qualified, and spend your energy waiting nervously to be found out and exposed. The cruel twist is that self-doubt disguises itself as humility, so we actually protect it. We tell ourselves that staying unsure is what keeps us honest and grounded. It does not. It quietly taxes every single decision you make, and it shrinks the size of the life you are even willing to attempt. Confidence is not a fixed personality you were either born with or not. It is a skill with real mechanics. Here are 5 shifts that rebuild it from the ground up. Shift 1. Trust evidence over feelings. Self-doubt is loud and persuasive, but it makes a terrible witness. It reports your passing feelings to you as though they were established, permanent facts. You feel unprepared, so you instantly conclude that you are unprepared. The feeling never once bothers to check itself against the actual record of what you have done. So build a record that doubt cannot argue with. Psychologists sometimes call this a mastery log, and it quietly rewires how you see yourself. Every single day, write down one thing you handled, solved, survived, or finished. It does not have to be huge. Small wins absolutely count here. You are deliberately creating hard, dated evidence of your own competence, the exact kind of proof your memory loves to quietly delete overnight. Because your brain runs a heavy negativity bias, one piece of criticism can outweigh 10 genuine wins, unless you physically write those wins down where you can see them. So when doubt shows up screaming right before a big moment, you do not sit there and argue with it. You calmly open the log and read. Your feelings insist that you are a fraud. The evidence says you have done genuinely hard things before and survived everyone. Believe the evidence, not the feeling. Shift 2. Act first. Confidence arrives late. Almost everyone waits to feel ready before they act. That order is completely backwards, and decades of psychology are brutally clear about why. In the 1970s, psychologist Albert Bandura proved that real confidence follows action. It shows up after you move, never obediently before it. He called this self-efficacy, and its single biggest source is not motivation, affirmations, or pep talks. It is what he called mastery experience. You do the scary thing badly. You survive it anyway. Your brain quietly updates its files, and then, only then, the fear finally starts to shrink. This is the exact same engine that powers exposure therapy, which remains the single most reliable treatment for fear and anxiety that we have ever built. You genuinely cannot think your way out of self-doubt. There is no clever argument that works. You can only act your way out, one small rep at a time. So shrink the action down until it is almost impossible to avoid doing. Send the one email. Ask the one question. Raise your hand a single time. Confidence is not the ticket you buy before you are allowed on the ride. It is the receipt they hand you afterward, once you have already done it. Shift 3. Change how you talk to yourself. You have a voice inside your head narrating your entire life, and for most anxious, capable people, that inner narrator has quietly become a relentless bully. But the fix is not forced. Fake positivity. Telling yourself you are amazing when part of you flatly does not believe it just backfires and rings hollow. Researcher Ethan Kross found something far stranger and far more useful in his labs. The thing that changes everything is the pronoun you use with yourself. When you coach yourself using your own first name, or simply the word you, your brain processes it as calm advice arriving from a trusted outsider. He named it distance self-talk. The result is that you calm down noticeably faster, think far more clearly, and perform measurably better under real pressure. So instead of, "I am going to completely blow this," you tell yourself, "You have prepared hard for this, you already know your stuff, you have got this." You also flatly stop calling yourself names. You would never in a million years hire a coach who stood there screaming at you that you are worthless. So, talk to yourself like someone you are actually responsible for protecting. Over time, the tone you use on yourself quietly becomes the reality you feel inside. Shift 4. Rename the discomfort. Here is what almost nobody tells you honestly about doing genuinely meaningful, ambitious work. It is supposed to feel deeply uncomfortable while you are doing it. The imposter feeling does not spike when you are coasting. It spikes hardest at the exact moment you are growing, learning fast, and stepping up a level. Most people read that discomfort as a stop sign. They take it as proof that they do not belong here, so they quietly retreat back to easy, safe things. But that specific feeling is the signal of expansion, not the signal of fraud. It reliably shows up at every real edge you have ever pushed against. Psychologists talk about a growth zone. It sits just past the border of your comfort, and by its very nature it always feels a little shaky and unstable. Think about the alternative. If you only ever felt completely certain and calm, it would simply mean you had stopped challenging yourself in any real way. So relabel the feeling on the spot. That is not the feeling of being an imposter. That is the raw feeling of a level up happening in real time. The discomfort was never actually your enemy. It was the price of the ticket, and honestly the clearest sign that you were finally on the right ride. Shift 5. Bet on the version of you that figures it out. Fragile confidence is always built on outcomes. I am good because I won, because they approved of me, because the plan happened to work out this time. The problem with that is painfully obvious. The very moment you lose, get rejected, or fail even once, the entire structure instantly collapses underneath you. Durable confidence is built on something no rejection and no failure can ever take from you. It is your long track record of figuring hard things out. Look back honestly. You have faced situations you had absolutely no idea how to handle at the time, and yet somehow you found a way and handled them anyway. That is the real, unshakable foundation. Not the fantasy that I know for certain I will succeed, but the quiet trust that whatever happens, I will adapt. Psychologists tie this directly to a growth mindset. It is the core belief that your ability is something you build over time, not something fixed at birth. When you bet on your own adaptability instead of on guarantees, failure stops being fatal to you. It quietly stops being a verdict and simply becomes data. You stop needing to feel certain about the outcome at all. You only need to trust the person who is walking into it, and that person is far more capable than you think. Self-doubt isn't proof you're a fraud. It's proof you're growing. Collect the evidence, take the action, and bet on the one who figures it out. That person is you. Knowing it isn't enough. Go do it. Subscribe to Mindset Mechanics, and let's build that discipline together.